Good day to our Down Under and our Kiwi friends, Moonlight Mafia members. Good morning to those here in the States. And what a good morning it is. Thank you guys for being here with us this morning as we try and bring some cruise news to our brothers and sisters down under and our Kiwi friends. So far, been a great week. I'm glad to be live once again. Couldn't go live last Sunday like as usual here in the States due to a little bit of a health issue that I was having, but that's all. It's going to be fine. They've got me medicated, and it's going to be all good. So first things first here, I'd like to thank the Moonlight mods, Miss Meg, Danny, Amy, Kenny, Kelly and Tammy, Blaine, Sean and Alana, Anthony and Greg and Felicia. And each one of these wonderful people are also great creators and have their own channels as well. I would encourage you to go and check out their channels. A lot of good cruise news, a lot of good traveling news, and just a lot of good vlogs from these folks. So go over and check those guys out. Over in the chat. All right. First, Fairy Dust, Weep the Wild Winds, raiding us from Fordman's pop-up this morning. Welcome in. Welcome in. JJ, thank you for coming by. Welcome in. Roy and Becky, howdy, howdy. Good to see you guys. JJ says she just subscribed, so that is fantastic. I appreciate that. That means you are number 450. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Nomadic Rat Pack, first time in here. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys for coming over and trusting Kenny's judgment. That's always a dangerous thing. No, I'm just kidding. We love Kenny. We love the Ford man. What a great guy. What an inspirational guy he is. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. Thank you. So our buddy Herman Merman, which the guys in the States, guys and gals in the States are very familiar with, but maybe you folks down under are not so familiar with, found us a new sponsor, and it's just perfect timing with some of the stuff that's been going on cruise ships. You guys may find this commercial very helpful. Before I get into it, we've got another one here. The Sand Van, hello from the Gold Coast of Australia. Welcome in, Sand Van, and I am going to make sure that we go over and subscribe to your channel. I would encourage all our American Moonlight Mafia members to do the same. Go check them out. All right, so without further ado, let's see what Herman Merman has found for us this week.
Cruise coming up? Are you concerned about potential fisticuffs? Well, Firebird's Fight School has you covered! Firebird's Fight School uses only the latest and most state-of-the-art cages to do their training in. Babies! We'll also train your babies! All your family will be safe when you go and train at Firebird's Fight School! Now, just hang around until the end of the live stream, and Firebird's Fight School will be giving away a free cruise.
Firebird's Fight School is not real, and you should not think that they're going to be able to give away a free cruise. They can't even make money. And if you believe this, then you are freaking crazy.
So there you go. I mean, these Firebird folks, man, I'm going to tell you what, since we've met them, they are very inventive and creative. Who would have thought? Firebird's Fight School. I mean, making something out of nothing, polishing a turd, some may say. But they even train babies. I mean, who does that? That's amazing. Train babies to fight. But yeah, unfortunately, that's a little tongue in cheek, obviously. But I don't know what it is. I don't know why folks are so prone and apt to want to fight on a cruise ship. I'm as far away from violence and being angry as can be when I'm on a ship, for sure. Maybe it's just from people being cooped up. I don't know. We've talked about this a few times, and wanting everything to be perfect. And when it's not so, people get angry. I don't know, but it's unfortunate. Ford Man in the house. Thank you, Ford Man, for coming in. And also, he's one of our moderators. Mr. Scott from Kicking It Country. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate it. He said, "What's up, y'all?" Well, not me just yet. I'm still trying to wake up, but I'm here. I'm here. I'm feeling a little bit better. So, appreciate the prayers. Appreciate you guys thinking about us. So, the pain has been dulled, and hopefully it will eventually go away. But I appreciate everyone's thoughts and prayers. So, big news in the United States. Let me get set up here. Is, of course, that on July 18th, so a few days ago, the CDC ended the COVID-19 program for cruise ships. So I wanted to make sure that I covered down for you guys down under to see what's up. And as you are well aware, but maybe I was not, your guidelines still apply through the Department of Health and Aged Care with the Australian government. So this has no impact on what's going on down there, obviously, but hopefully it's a sign of things that are getting ready to come to pass. So pretty excited about this here in the States. However, I have heard that potentially there's some new CDC guidance that's going to be coming out shortly. But I don't think so. For some people, this is going to change how they cruise, because I think and rightfully so, there's some folks that are going to be concerned that if there is no COVID-19 testing, that potentially that increases the risk on board the ship. And, that's fine. Everybody's got to protect their own, and I understand that. If I had an elevated health risk, I would probably be doing the same, and just because the CDC ends the COVID-19 program for cruise ships, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't take all the precautions yourself to reduce your risk. So my couple of words of advice to anyone is, you do what makes you comfortable. And then number two, if you're someone who does not fear the virus or doesn't have a pre-existing condition, whatever, just be kind and don't look at people cross for wearing double masks or washing their hands, using hand sanitizer, whatever, because it's each their own. And if that's what it takes for them to be comfortable in cruising, then by all means you do that, because everybody deserves to be able to go out and cruise. Much like what our folks with Helping Hands for Cruising, Sean and Alana, and all the good folks that work that program, each and every person deserves the opportunity to be able to travel regardless of their health situation. And so let's not look down our nose at folks when they're doing whatever they can to be comfortable when they travel. I think that's just good common sense, and it shouldn't have to be said, but unfortunately nowadays, sometimes it does. Also in the chat, I just noticed as I was talking there, Mr. John Chalker, welcome in. Good to see you as well. Thank you for the kind words. Appreciate you. So to those of you in the chat, if you're a creator, just go ahead and drop #creator. If you're a supporter, drop that in there as well. Mods, you can go ahead and drop your links to your channel if you'd like to, or any other links to some of our partner channels that happen to be in the chat. So appreciate you guys. Appreciate your continued support. All right. I'm going to stop sharing that screen now so y'all can see my beautiful face, because I know that's what you want to see. Sandvan, #creator. I'm going to make sure that everybody goes over to the Sandvan's channel and make sure that you subscribe. Same thing with Kicking It Country. Great channel there. Nomadic Rat Pack, same. This is a channel that the Ford Man turned us on to. Hello, Ford Man here. And great channel as well. So make sure you support these guys and gals, because yeah, we're on YouTube, but it is a thankless endeavor a lot of times. So make sure you go over and support those folks. It's not like anybody's out here killing it like Mr. Beast or something like that. So we all would appreciate your support. Make sure, even here, hit the thumbs up. Go in, subscribe, hit that alert bell if you haven't done so yet. But yeah, we definitely appreciate the support. So what do we have going on this week? Well, before I get there, I'd like to talk about our countdown to our next event, our next cruise. And I'm sure that there's some of you folks that have some stuff coming up as well, and you're more than welcome to throw that down in the chat. So if you want to throw into the chat your upcoming travel countdowns, if you have a birthday anniversary, we'd like for you to put that in there. We'd like to help you celebrate it a little bit. There's my buddy Kenny, creator, supporter, multitasker, multi-streamer, and lover of Rose the Pillow. The man, the myth, the legend, Ford Man, also known as Kenneth Oakes. Great partner channel. We appreciate Kenny and all he does. All right, one quick moment here, and I am going to go over to Shipmate. So if you don't have Shipmate, this is a wonderful app for those of you that cruise. It's almost like I would call it more like an Instagram for cruising, probably, than, that's blurry, than a Facebook. But that's what the app kind of looks like. So you can see that our next cruising event is the Symphony of the Seas. So I can click there. We're going on the Symphony of the Seas on September the 17th, and we're pretty excited about that. But it gives you an option to check out your cruise countdown. Can't wait till that number gets a little bit smaller, but we are at 58 days, Chastity and I, as we go and celebrate our 23rd wedding anniversary. And we're also celebrating Chastity's 40th birthday. So that was her birthday present / anniversary present. But what's also really cool is I can click up there, and I get this cool little splash screen here that I can share out with the community, and we can share our countdown. So I really like that. Download the Shipmate app. If you can see there, that's our Shipmate handle, Moonlight ADV2. That's me. And then Chastity's handle is Moonlight ADV. And when you go in there, there's a lot of things that you can do. You can talk to fellow cruisers and people that are going to be sailing on cruises. So, you know, you can upload pictures. You can talk about and review certain cruises. It's just a really cool app. And one of the things that I'm getting ready to do coming up that Chastity and I would like to drop as far as a new video is going to be a guide to Shipmate. We have no vested interest in Shipmate. We're not an affiliate with them or anything like that. So this is purely unbiased, a purely unbiased opinion from us. We love Shipmate. It is a great app, and I would encourage each and every one of you getting on there. And I think it's really cool that we can talk to each other as fellow cruisers. Some of you folks that do land-based stuff, I'm sure there's something similar to that. We have a large population of folks who are boondockers, pull their campers, you know, all that kind of stuff. And so, you know, I'd like to see what you guys have if you have something similar to that kind of an app. So let's see. All right, so we got a birthday here. Scott's crazy other half is getting a year older on Friday, the 22nd. Miss Amber, happy birthday. And you are definitely a strong woman for putting up with Mr. Scott. No, I'm kidding. Scott's a great guy. Y'all are a great family. Enjoy watching what you guys do on your channel. appreciate you always just being real and open and sharing some of your stuff with us. And we appreciate it. We appreciate what you do in service to our Lord and Savior. Fairy Dust, supporter, moderator, wannabe, creator, fun seeker, and party crasher. That's a pretty good resume there. I like that. Got a little bit of a happy birthday, Amber, here. JJ, honestly, I think the only way I could go on a cruise is if I could see the shore. Well, there's some options for you there. You could go on an Alaskan cruise and you could see the shore for the most part. But I'll tell you, I used to be one of those guys. So I served in the military, and my choice for joining the Army over the Navy was a pretty simple one. It was that I did not want to be over water. I always said, worst case scenario, if I am on the land, I can get somewhere else. But if I'm in the sea, I'm only going to be able to survive so long. But I mean, I've always loved the ocean. I've always loved the water, love the smell of all of it. I love just everything there is about being out on the open ocean. And it's super safe. And with the size of those ships, you really do feel like you're on land. I would encourage you to give it a shot. But I do understand the phobias that folks have, and it is what it is. I get it. It's kind of cool though when you talk about seeing the shore. So there's a couple of cruise ports that you can leave out of. Specifically, New Orleans is one that we've left from, and you travel many, many miles through the Mississippi River on your way out to open ocean. And you can see the land on each side of you for a long time. And it's really, really cool. I know there's a couple other ports that are similar to that. But I mean, you do get to the open ocean. Fordman here, and he has 86 days until his very first group cruise on the Carnival Horizon out of Miami, Florida, going to Bonaire, Aruba, Amber Cove, and La Romana. And we could not be more excited for you, Fordman. You deserve it. I hope you go and have the greatest of times. Just make sure that you get Rose completely vaccinated before she goes on that cruise. Yeah. He's, so hats off to him and thank him for his service. We do a lot of fishing and stuff here as well, and we appreciate that. All right, so John Chalker, creator, supporter, lover of everybody, and pray for everybody, and super prayer warrior, believe in Jesus, the righteous God. Yes, yes, yes. Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So Nomadic Rat Pack. So JJ, they're wondering if you could drop your channel link in. Fordman, if you have JJ's link, if you wouldn't mind dropping that in there, but they're having a hard time finding the channel. So okay. Yeah. So we want to boost up JJ, go over and like and subscribe, and try and get her subscription levels up so she can do her lives and everything that she wants to do there. So, all right. Amen. Fairy Dust. Thank you. Thank you. I'm also proud to be able to say that I have a second generation member of the military. My son, he's in the Air Force, and he's over in Korea right now. So any prayers you can send their way, and we do appreciate the military. We also appreciate our first responders and our law enforcement officers. They do not get enough respect, and I'll even go another step, our medical workers and our teachers as well. There we go. Fordman coming through for us. So go over, like and subscribe to JJ. She is going to have her first live today. So everybody go over there, like and subscribe. That way we can get everything pushed up. So and get them where they need to be, where they can be an effective YouTube channel. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Very cool. So that is my wife's birthday as well. So you share a birthday with a great woman. And yes, we appreciate it. So Korea obviously is not combat duty, but I can tell you some of this, he's struggling with some things over there in Korea right now. The heating and air is not great in his barracks room. And, he's away from his young son, our grandson Landon, and his wife, and they're still newlyweds. I mean, they haven't been married that long, and our grandson's only 2. So it's not easy duty by any means. I'm glad he's not in a combat zone, but he is serving in a very difficult position. And he also was recently promoted, and we're happy for that, and proud of him for everything that he does. All right. So again, this was kind of a quick up and in and getting on out, but thank you guys so much for joining us. Make sure I just want to talk. Don't want to miss JJ here. Mom, supporter, veteran, and just someone who wants to help the community and share living to the full. Yeah, that's kind of the same. If we ever get to monetization and this becomes something that's sustainable, and that's just another blessing. But we really we just do this for fun, and the people that we've met, it's increased who we consider our family, and we've met some folks here that we wouldn't even think about at the drop of a hat, driving cross country and helping some of these folks out. It's been a great blessing. We've met a ton of really cool folks and really good folks. We hope to meet each and every one of you guys face to face at some point. We were able to meet the Ford man I think it's been 3 weeks ago in his hometown, and that was a fantastic meet and greet. Those are some really excellent people. Scott, we appreciate that, and JJ, we appreciate your service, and I can tell you as a combat veteran, this is something that helps me. It helps me out a lot to be in these chats and to do these lives and feel like I'm doing something to give back, because that's something that when you leave the military, it's hard to recapture that part of it, the service. So, in some way, this makes you feel like you're doing some sort of a service. And I can tell you, as a veteran who deals with post-traumatic stress, this is something that helps me. So any veteran, you have something to give, and one thing that everyone needs to think about is the 22 veterans a day commit suicide. And, something like this could be the outlet. It could be the thing that they reach out with in order to stop them from doing taking that next step. You can go to some dark places, not just as a combat vet, but as a veteran in general. So, same thing with our LEOs, same thing with our first responders. Reach out to those folks. If you see them on the street, you see them out in the wild, give them a big hug, shake their hand, tell them thank them for their service, and let them know that you appreciate them. I started something a while back, and this is not to toot my own horn in any way, but our pastor, when we were growing up in Georgia, he used to preach the proverb, if a man hath friends, he must show himself friendly. And essentially, what that says, because that's the King James version of it in Old English, is that if you have friends and you're blessed enough to have friends, then why not be friendly to others? So one of the things I like to do when I pass an LEO on the street, I like to, just throw a hand up. It may not be much, but you don't know that one throwing your hand up and saying hi to that LEO that day, that may be what helps him get through, just knowing that somebody appreciates him. Thank you. One of these days, I I'll have her up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed to come down here and join in on this live. But she's not much of an early riser. But I will tell her and let her know. Thank you for that. All right. So down to the end of the chat here. So if you see in the ticker down below, and I appreciate all you folks that subscribed and liked and hit that alert bell during this live stream. I'm blown away that people would actually like to sit down and listen to an old country boy like me, but I appreciate it. But moonlightadventures757@gmail.com is our email address. If you would please, if you have any questions, if you have topics that would like to be discussed the next time we sit and do this, or the next time we have our lives, just send that email there. I appreciate each and every one of you for hanging in there with us. These are normally 30 minutes. I may go an hour if I have a guest on, and may have a special guest next week. I'll talk to him, see if he's ready to come on. But appreciate you guys. Our next event that we will have is Saturday. One of our spinoff channels is the World Wrestling Blog, and I do that with the Captain Billy J and the Cowboy Paul Vines, where we talk about current and past wrestling stuff, wrestling news. We talk kayfabe. We have a great time, and I think you guys would like that. Then also on Friday, don't let me forget about Friday. Friday, we are participating in the Raid Parade again. And Kenny, if you could drop the Raid Parade link, I'll ask you to do one more thing for us before we get off here. We will be premiering a new video about Pirates Cove, all inclusive, which is the last excursion that we did on our last cruise. So that'll be coming out on Friday. Support the Raid Parade. A lot of good creators there. A lot of cool things to see. So go check that out. I like that, JJ. So I was the vice commander last year for our local VFW. I stepped away from it this year, but when we would have big parties over there, and especially when we had pizza, because pizza's great, we would always make sure that we bought a few extra, and we would go over to the fire department and deliver pizza to those guys. And the police as well. And that's great. That's great. So yeah, Fairy Dust, and that's primarily what we talk. We talk a lot of the old school wrestling. We talk about the new stuff, but we talk the old school wrestling as well. And Paul is a great wrestling historian. So Scott says that his drops at 3:26. Our premiere drops at 4:49, and it kicks off at 1300 or 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here in the United States. So go over there and check all that out. It's a great time. If you've never taken part in a raid parade, it's a really fun time, and you get to see a lot of great creations from all these great creators. And so then Sunday is the next event coming up in the line of things that we do. Sunday, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard. That's my rest. Sorry, I'm getting things confused. 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here in America, we will have Shootin the Breeze with Moonlight Adventures. So join in there and join in the fun. It's a more elaborate live stream than what we're doing today. I just kind of try and pop in here and do a brief synopsis of things that are going on, have a little bit of fun, but we will have trivia. We may invite some people up on the panel, and we'll try to keep it within our time limits so we don't run over on Scott. But but yeah, we appreciate it. So hey, you guys continue to bless up, bless out, get out there, make the world better. There's enough bad in the world. Let's put some good into it. I appreciate y'all for hanging in here with me. Thank you so much. And Moonlight Adventures, we are going to be out.